Africa, Day 3. Today we are going to take a break from our book and we are going to look at an article about the ancient pyramids in Egypt. We will use text features along with the text to help us understand. The pyramids were something that you read about in your book yesterday under famous places. Before we get started, let's take a look at yesterday's task. Your learning goal was to use the text and text features to answer comprehension questions. Over on the left-hand side, over here, Miss Kelly P. has put the pieces of text that you needed to use to answer your questions. And over on the right were some things that I took from work that was turned in and also some of my own observations that I made when I was reading. For question number 1, look at the table of contents and tell 2 things that you can learn from the table of contents. Well, there were lots of things that you could have discovered. I learned the different topics in the book, and I also learned what page each topic starts on. Question number 2, read pages 4 and 5. Identify 2 things that you learned about Africa from the text and the text features on these pages. Along with the text on these pages, you also may have noticed that there was a map and there was also a chart. I discovered that Africa is the second largest continent and more than 1 billion people live in Africa. For the next 2 questions, I've put the text on the left and I've put the questions on the right. For the questions, I've used the text and answers that you submitted from Edsby. Question number 3. Read pages 6 and 7. In your own words, explain why the author used the heading Famous Places for this part of the text. The author used the heading Famous Places for this part of the text because these pages gave information about many places people have heard of before. Some of us have visited these places, we've read about these places, and we know something about them. The pictures and the text support famous places being the heading. Number 4, the caption on page 9 shares an interesting fact about the volcano Kilimanjaro. What is special about the volcano? I thought this was actually pretty cool. Kilimanjaro is a volcano that does not erupt anymore. Our final questions today, 5, 6, and 7, use the text and the captions and pictures to help you answer. Question number 5, share a fact that you learned about the Sahara Desert. The Sahara Desert is the longest hot desert in the world. Question number 6, what is the name of the longest river in the world? Several of you identified the Nile River, but you didn't put it into a sentence, so take a look at my example. The Nile River is the longest river in the world. Finally, question number 7. Describe the weather in Africa. Provide at least 3 sentences. In Africa, the weather is usually hot. Near the equator, it is tropical. This means the weather can be hot and wet. The desert areas are hot in the day and cold at night. Today we're going to focus on the pyramids of Egypt. Do you know anything about them? What do you know about the pyramids of Egypt? Today we are going to use this article to answer some comprehension questions and play a word game. The word game is just for fun. This article gives us specific information about the mysterious pyramids. If you need help with the words in the article, you will find a video that I'm reading the text aloud in the attachments. You can follow along while I read. Today's task: use the pyramids article to answer the 7 thinking questions. For the bottom part, you're going to be matching beginnings and endings of words to make the complete word. This is just for fun. I've matched one for you as an example. Over here, Miss Kelly P. matched Faye and row, and I made the word Pharaoh. All of the words that you'll be making are from the pyramids text. I hope that you have fun. If you're looking for some extra fun today, I've also attached a big maze of famous places and attractions in Africa. You do not have to do this, and you don't have to answer the questions at the bottom. This is just for fun. Hope you guys enjoy.